Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to understanding those big, sprawling, fictional universes you wish you had time for.
And today, we're charting a course straight into the Crimson Moon universe.
Yeah, this one's a mix of, well, everything. High concept theology, a world rebuilt after apocalypse, and a cosmic war spanning space and time.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this isn't just your standard good versus evil story, though that's definitely in there. It gets deep into free will, divine law, identity.
Our sources lay out this huge conflict, starting, interestingly, after 1,000 years of peace. Sort of manufactured peace, maybe?
That's the fallow period, yeah. But that piece is shattering. And the mission for this deep dive, we're mapping out the immediate crisis, the return of this ultimate evil and this desperate scramble to stop him getting hold of something world-altering.
Okay, let's unpack that stage. So, Earth. But it's been recreated, recovering from something big. And for a millennium, things have been calm, this fallow period.
Mm-hmm. Overseen by this ethereal spirit, Aeon, think ultimate ruler, based in Foundation City, trying to bring about, cosmic restoration. It's a massive undertaking.
And Ilion isn't like walking around shaking hands.
No. Ilion's presence on Earth is embodied by Isho, the son of Ilion. He's this god-man figure who was resurrected.
Okay.
His sacrifice, specifically at a place called Cranion, was what broke the original hold of the darkness on humanity. That's the foundation for the 1,000 years of peace.
Right, so Isho is the light.
Yeah.
And the darkness.
That's Malak. He used to be the highest angel, the shining one, huge fall from grace, driven by pride.
And during this fallow period, he's locked up.
Yep. Imprisoned in the Well of Gadara.
Uh-huh.
Physically bound by this thing called the Cloak of Sisura.
Which is made of enchanted goat's hair.
Enchanted goat's hair, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really specific detail. And, goats often symbolic of sacrifice or the scapegoat.
Right, so maybe his imprisonment is necessary for the universe, like a containment?
That seems to be the idea. But here's the twist. He's scheduled for release. And the sources suggest Elion is actually allowing it.
Allowing it? Why?
We'll definitely get into that.
No.
But it means the clock is ticking. And the story immediately throws us in with two main characters, David Bannister and Amos Obadel.
Who are they?
David's a former moon-based scientist,
Yeah.
very pragmatic. Amos is a former seeker priest, so he brings the theological, philosophical side, a good pairing.
And their first job? Straight from Elion?
Prevent this rogue scientist, Karn, who used to be a priest too, actually, from getting his hands on the Seal of Solomon.
The Seal of Solomon. Sounds important.
Hugely. If Karn and Malak's forces get that seal, they basically get control over reality itself. Creation, annihilation. The stakes are, cosmic, #TagI, defining the factions in the New World Order.
So the moment this long piece starts to wobble, Earth society just fractures, doesn't it, into these really distinct groups?
Absolutely. You've got three main human factions, and understanding them is key.
Okay, faction one.
That's the way. Or the Elionites. These are the loyal followers of Elion, living in Foundation City, enjoying the peace, the harmony.
Sounds nice.
It is, but there's a catch. Their devotion is kind of curdled into spiritual arrogance. They look down on others, see their peace as proof of superiority.
So not entirely harmonious then. Who's faction two?
The direct opposition, the Fallen. These guys explicitly refused Elion's rule. They follow Malak.
Where do they live? Not in Foundation City, I guess.
Definitely not. They gather out by the Well of Gadara, where Malak is imprisoned. Their resistance isn't just talk, either.
How so?
They've faced serious judgment for disobeying Elion before, like a flesh-eating plague, a terrible drought, stuff like that.
Ouch. And they still follow Malak.
Staunchly. They believe they have true free will, unlike the, obedient sheep in Foundation City. They see Elion's rule as tyranny.
There must be incredible tension.
Oh, yeah. Look at the Gathering Festival. It's mandated. Even though the Fallen are rebels and suffered those plagues, they still have to go to Foundation City once a year and give offerings. That sounds awkward.
It's pure political compliance. Public humiliation, really. Designed to remind them who's boss, but it just fuels their anger and their longing for Malak's return.
Okay, so we have the Loyalists and the Rebels. Is there anyone else?
Yes, and they're crucial. The third group, the dusty ones, outcasts, led by a really important figure, James Stryden.
And who makes up this group?
Mostly disillusioned former seeker priests. They got fed up with the Elionites' attitude, the hypocrisy of the system.
So they don't follow Elion, but they don't follow Malak either.
Exactly. They're neutral, but it's a hostile neutrality. They literally throw rocks at Elionites sometimes. They see both sides as oppressive, just in different ways.
Interesting. Now, what about the non-human side? Angels.
Right. The angelic infrastructure is complex, especially the Grigori, also called the Watchers.
Okay.
They're a whole class of angels, but here's the thing. They don't have individual names. Their only job is to guard the books of Elion.
The books of Elion.
Yeah.
What are they exactly? Not just scripture. They're like cosmic ledgers. They contain the destiny, the purpose of all life. And critically, they act as keys to unlock portals through time and space.
Wow. So powerful artifacts. But the Grigori have no names.
Correct. And the sources say their names aren't written in the books they guard. So they believe they have no personal identity, no inherent worth beyond their function, just tools.
That sounds like a recipe for trouble.
It is. Massive internal unrest,
Yeah.
jealousy, feeling overlooked. And that's exactly the vulnerability. Karn, the bad guy scientist, exploits, uses legions, those are Malek's dark spirits, to whisper doubts, convince some Grigori they're just programmed machines, disposable.
And that's how he gets a book.
That's how the theft happens, yeah. Which kicks off the whole time travel mess. Contrast that with David and Amos. They get assigned two named loyal angels, Hezel and Zakai. They serve Elion totally.
Okay, let's look closer at the prison. The Well of Gadara. What's that place like?
It's really symbolic. The city itself is ruined, hit by an earthquake. There's this massive ancient aqueduct nearby. Took 120 years to build. Meant to create a paradise. But it failed. Surveying errors meant the water arrived too low. It's like a monument to human ambition falling short.
But the Fallen gather there.
Right next to the ruins, yeah. They've cultivated this incredibly lush garden. Tulips, cedar, myrrh, a winding path leading right to the well where Malek is trapped.
So human failure next to devoted cultivation of darkness.
Exactly. It highlights their whole ideology. Human efforts fail, but their devotion to Malek is fertile, waiting for him to rise. And he's down there, under the city, bound by that goat hair cloak, waiting.
Which brings us to the main quest. And this idea that Elion releases Malek, that's a big theological point, isn't it?
It's huge. Elion's reasoning is profound.
Yeah.
People need to make a genuine choice, unforced. He doesn't want programming machines as followers.
So allowing evil is necessary for free will to mean anything.
That's the argument. It complicates the whole idea of divine tyranny, right? Malek accuses Elion of being a tyrant, but Elion insists true freedom requires the possibility of choosing darkness.
And why David and Amos specifically for this mission? Why not Elion or Isho?
Pure cosmic practicality. Elion is pouring all his energy into recreating the world. The sources say this is so taxing, it's actually creating cuts in the fabric of reality.
Temporary portals.
Exactly, between time and eternity. Necessary for renewal, but it also creates the window Malek needs. So Elion can't deal with Karn directly. He needs delegates.
So he sends David and Amos to Mars.
To Mars, yes. Aboard this ship called the Reliant.
What's special about the Reliant?
It's fast, obviously, but the key thing is it's nanite-equipped.
Nanobots.
Yeah, self-replicating nanobots constantly repairing, maintaining, even upgrading the ship. It's designed for deep space, long missions. A bit like Elion's restoration project, always repairing, always renewing.
Okay, so they get to Mars. What's Karn up to there?
It's properly sinister. He's using Legion, Malek's dark spirits. But Legion, in spirit form, can't directly mess with the books of Elion or the time portals.
Cosmic rules again?
Seems like it. So they need human proxies, physical bodies.
And where does Karn get those?
This is the really dark part. He steals DNA from the graves of Earth's most, let's say, effective and villainous minds.
Like who?
The source is named Sun Tzu.
The Art of War guy.
Yeah, Peter the Great.
The Russian Tsar, known for being pretty ruthless.
And, maybe the creepiest, Charlotte Topat.
Never heard of her.
She was apparently a nurse in the Roanoke colony.
It's a lost colony.
The very one. Karn synthesizes this DNA into fully matured human bodies. Soulless shells.
Just empty vessels.
Empty, until Karn injects them with a special serum. This is crucial. It contains stolen, holy blood.
Holy blood? From where?
Likely from relics or sites linked to Isho's sacrifice at Cranion. It provides a kind of dark, twisted power source. The serum also has memory engrams.
Could give them skills.
Exactly, genetic memory transfer. So the bodies have the skills and identity fragments Legion needs to operate the Book of Elion and navigate time.
So Legion isn't just possessing bodies, they're possessing specific, weaponized identities.
Precisely. Sun Tzu brings tactics, strategic genius. Peter the Great brings vanity, ruthlessness, a desire for a powerful physical form.
And Charlotte Topat, what did she bring?
Her memories provided the knowledge of slow, undetectable murder. According to the source, she systematically poisoned all 118 colonists at Roanoke, Men, women, children.
118 people. How?
Hemlock, aconite, belladonna. Mixed carefully into food and water over time. Undetectable.
And nobody suspected. What about the bodies?
She used odorless oil of vitriol, mixed with sassafras to dissolve them, turned them into sludge, easily hidden.
That's horrifying.
And a final touch. She carved Crow-Ato on that tree, a deliberate misdirection that created a historical mystery for centuries.
Oh. Okay, so that's the kind of meticulous evil Legion needed.
Patience, scientific know-how, and utter malice. Perfect for their plan.
So equipped with these possessed historical figures, Karn uses a stolen book of Elion.
And jumps them all to New York City. 1947.
Why 1947 NYC?
That's where the Seal of Solomon was. It had somehow been turned into a jade necklace, worn by a jazz singer named Penny Mass.
A jazz singer! And the seal's power.
It was manifesting her immediate small desires. A good steak, a fur coat, minor reality warping based on her whims.
So David, Amos, and their angel Hazel follow them.
They do, and they walk right into an ongoing investigation. A private investigator, Rick O'Shea, was already looking for Penny Mass, who'd been kidnapped.
A classic gumshoe.
Totally.
Yeah.
Smart, resourceful. He'd found a jacket patch with the seal symbol, the Suleiman symbol, left by the gang involved, the brawling men. Rick's this great, grounded human element in all the cosmic craziness.
Okay, showdown time. Where does it happen?
An abandoned mill. Karn demonstrates the seal's power. He uses it, plus some Phoenician chant, and turns one of the gang members, Dogan, into a snail. Just like that.
Yikes. How do they fight that?
Brilliantly. With human ingenuity, not magic. Rick realizes Karn can still be distracted. He remembers King David playing music to soothe Saul.
So he gets Penny to sing.
Listens her gag, yeah. Her jazz voice fills the mill. Pure, human sound. It distracts Karn and the netherworld spirits just enough.
And David, the scientist.
He sees the physics of the place. Old mill, equipment lying around. He uses a conveyor belt and a big electromagnet from across the room.
A magnet.
Yep. Rips the necklace right off Karn's neck. It flies across the room, smashes on the floor. Seal destroyed.
Ah, take that, cosmic evil. Magnetism wins.
A temporary win, though. Karn and Legion escape through another portal.
Where to this time?
Further back, Iona, 8806.
Scotland, the island with the famous abbey.
That's the one, founded by Columba, a place of deep spirituality, service, contemplation. David, Amos, and Hazel follow.
And Karn knows where to find the seal again, or what's left of it.
He seems to know the spot. The abbey's grain threshing floor.
Why there?
The monks explain it's a sacred space, a bridge between physical and divine realms. Historically, it's where the angel of death was supposedly turned back centuries earlier. It connects Isho's victory over death.
But things get complicated for their angel Hazel.
Yeah, the island's mystical nature initially makes him powerless. He has to rely just on knowledge. Then, when his powers flicker back, he gets a vision.
Of what?
The immediate future.
Yeah?
A Viking raid is coming. It's a fixed historical event. 68 monks will be killed, the settlement destroyed.
And he can't stop it.
No. He explicitly mentions the Divine Prime Directive. No interference with human history, even to prevent tragedy. It's a painful rule, established after earlier angelic meddling caused catastrophes.
So they're stuck in 806 AD, the bad guys got away, and a Viking raid is coming. And their stolen Book of Elion is gone.
Pretty much. They're marooned. Until a monk named Siemas O'Donovan reveals they have another treasure, the Book of Kells.
The actual Book of Kells.
Seems so. They gather these ancient stones from the shore, stones supposedly touched by Isho himself. They place them on the sacred threshing floor. They touch the stones, they pray, and it opens a portal home. Just before jumping through, Hazel whispers a warning to Siemas about the Vikings and promises the Book of Kells will eventually get to Kells Abbey safely, securing its future. So this whole time-hopping chase really forces us to look at the big themes in the Crimson Moon universe. Choice, divine rules, memory.
Yeah. Top of the list has to be free will versus divine providence. Elion lets Malek loose so humans can freely choose.
Right. It reframes everything. Elion argues that past miracles were often just him letting natural laws play out. He deliberately holds back from big, flashy interventions.
Why?
To preserve that freedom. He doesn't want to force love or obedience. It has to be chosen.
But Malek spins that, right? Accuses Elion of being a tyrant, controlling everyone.
Constantly. He claims people only follow Elion out of fear, that they're treated like children. But Elion's counter is that his law transforms and makes souls wise. Evil, the weeds, has to be allowed to grow alongside good. The wheat, for the final choice, the harvest, to be authentic.
This connects back to the Grigori, doesn't it? The nameless angels.
It does. It's a fascinating paradox. If Elion values free will so much, why create beings designed purely for function without identity?
So their lack of a name is a form of constraint.
It seems so. Their creation was unique, purely functional, which is why getting individual names at the end is such a huge deal for them. It's Elion finally granting them personhood, identity, worth beyond function. It suggests freedom isn't just about action, but about self-definition too.
And that idea of self, of identity, ties into another really complex concept, memory, or anamnesis.
Yes, Amos, the priest character, explains this beautifully. He links it to the Eucharist.
How does that work?
Anamnesis is Greek for remember, but it literally means unamnesia, the cure for forgetting. Amos calls the Eucharist a sacrament of cosmic remembrance.
Meaning?
It's not just a symbolic meal. It's an act that makes Isho's sacrifice and presence real and active in the present moment. It pulls the past into the now, constantly reaffirming cosmic identity.
And this is what Karn and Malik were fighting against, with the stolen memories and DNA.
Exactly. By hijacking memories, imprinting them onto soulless bodies, using stolen holy blood, they were trying to corrupt identity, negate history, wage war on amnesis itself.
David, the scientist, makes an observation about amnesia.
Yeah, he says it's terrifying because it doesn't just erase your past, it eliminates any possibility of a future or even a present. Without that constant remembering through rituals like the Eucharist, the community loses its identity, hope fades, chaos wins. Memory's everything. Identity, community, future.
Which also helps explain that angelic prime directive Hesel mentioned, the non-interference rule.
Right. Hesel gives the backstory. The original fallen angels broke that rule. They taught humans forbidden secrets.
Like what?
Advanced tech, magic, weapons, mining. Things humans weren't ready for.
And the consequences.
Catastrophic. Led to the Nephilim, these human-eating giants, and ultimately necessitated the Great Flood, the sinking of Atlantis. Total disaster.
So that ancient mistake established the Iron Rule. Angels don't meddle in human development.
Exactly. Which is why Hesel couldn't just magically upgrade the shuttle engine on the Brilliant or reinforce it against time distortions. It would violate the directive born from that ancient tragedy. #tag for Phoebe, the final confrontation and new beginning.
Okay, so the team makes it back from 806 AD, but the real fight is just kicking off on Earth. Malik is out.
He is released from the well. He immediately confronts Elion in Foundation City, but first he stages this cynical show trial.
A trial.
Yeah, he uses his old skills. He was apparently a prosecutor for the Divine Council before his fall to twist things, accuse Elion's followers, sow doubt, create chaos before the physical battle.
And then Karn and Legion arrive from the past.
Right on cue, bursting through a time portal, handing over the stolen book of Elion to the Seal of Solomon, they manage to retrieve or reconstitute somehow.
And Malik uses them immediately.
Instantly, he transforms because this colossal, terrifying, dragon-like being, 4 obsidian wings, skin that drinks light, and then all of Legion, the whole host of dark spirits, flies into him.
Merging with him.
Yeah, amplifying his power exponentially. Earthquakes, firestorms, lightning. The landscape is literally being swallowed by darkness.
Our heroes arrive too late to stop the transformation.
Just minutes too late. But then Zekai appears, the other angel.
Where was he?
He got briefly trapped in a Mobius strip anomaly, like a geometric loop in reality.
A single-sided surface. How does that trap an angel?
As a being of light and order, the non-orientable logic of the strip apparently baffled his nature, trapped him, drained his energy. But he breaks free.
And does what?
Shoots a bolt of pure light at Malik. Doesn't hurt him, but traps the giant dragon form in a temporal Mobius strip for just a few seconds. Buys them a moment.
Hesel tries to use the Book of Kells.
He does. Tries to channel its sacred power, shoot a beam of divine light at Malik, but Malik recovers instantly, turns, and just incinerates the priceless book. Poof. Dust. Shows how powerful he is now.
But amidst all this cosmic chaos, something else happens. On the ground level.
Yes. Critically important. James Stryden, leader of the Dusty Ones, pushes through the terrified crowds.
And confronts Elion. Right then.
Directly. Before the final divine battle, he delivers this raw, impassioned speech, demanding justice.
Justice for what?
For everything his people suffered. The Elionites' hypocrisy, their arrogance, being neglected during the plague and drought. He even mentions the specific theft of horses used for their therapy schools for kids. He wants an apology. He wants Elion to acknowledge the systemic failure of his followers, validation for their pain.
How does Elion respond?
With compassion. Acknowledges that, yes, his people and the government did fail the Dusty Ones, calls it a societal rejection that needs fixing. But first, the cosmic war has to end.
And then the Son of Elion returns.
In spectacular fashion, this vast, white, pyramid-shaped temple descends from the sky, stabilizes the chaotic energy, and Isho emerges from a throne inside.
Ready to fight.
He transforms, but not into a warrior exactly, into this radiant, golden-white figure, a hybrid, a lion and a lamb.
Lion and lamb together.
Exactly. The ultimate paradox made manifest. Lion for sovereignty, power, kingship. Lamb for sacrifice, humility, judgment, and grace embodied.
And Malak.
The giant dragon. His attacks just deflect. Harmlessly. And in the presence of this lion-lamb figure, Malak starts shrinking. Rapidly. Down to the size of a small lizard. All that immense stolen power just dissolves.
How does it end?
One single action from the Son of Elion. A mighty roar. But with it comes this vibrant, pure, white breath of fire. It pierces Malak like a sword of light.
And that's it.
That's it. Malak and all of Legion are instantly transported, banished forever to their place of anguish, the outer darkness, a state of total separation from light, eternal thirst. Game over.
Wow. So the aftermath, what happens to everyone?
Total restoration begins. Many of the fallen, seeing Malak's true nature and defeat, repent. They're welcomed back immediately, no hesitation.
And James Stryden, after his confrontation.
He witnesses Elion's compassion, sees the truth of the lion lamb, and finally truly surrenders his rebellion.
Does he get his justice?
He gets more. A promise from Elion. A new name, signifying a new identity. Adoption into the holy bloodline of Isho, giving him a new heritage. And a new land. Their desert home instantly transforms into a green paradise.
So redemption is tied to identity, heritage, belonging.
Absolutely. That's the core promise fulfilled. And the landscape changes too. The Well of Gadara, Malak's prison.
Yeah.
Hazel and Zakai fly over it. They drop the Books of Elion, which, remember, contain the names of all the martyrs throughout history, into the azure water. It transforms the prison into a sacred memorial.
And the Grigori, the nameless angels.
In the final, perhaps most touching act of restoration, they're each given their individual names. Finally granted identity, personhood, worth within Elion's kingdom.
And Stryden and the Dusty Ones start building their new lives. Conscience clear, grievances addressed.
A true new beginning.
What an absolutely incredible scope we've covered. From, angelic rebellion and ancient prisons.
Through time travel chases across centuries for a reality-bending seal.
To a final showdown between a lion-lamb hybrid and a light-eating dragon. The core themes keep coming back, don't they? Free will, the power of memory, that anamnesis.
Yeah, definitely. And the big takeaway, I think, consistently across all these sources is that even in a universe with Elion, with angels, with cosmic laws, the fate of everything often comes down to human integrity, human resourcefulness, quick thinking,
David's magnet in the mill,
using jazz to distract demons. Human agency is consistently the tipping point.
It's a powerful message. And the source material leaves us with those two powerful images. The Grigori angels finally getting their names, their identities.
And James Stryden and the Dusty Ones finally finding their home, their heritage, their belonging.
So here's the final thought for you to chew on. If identity and worth are so deeply connected to having a name, to belonging somewhere, what does it mean for us? We have names. We generally belong somewhere. Does refusing the journey, refusing to step into the unknown challenges, does that somehow devalue the identity we were already given?
Maybe having the name, the identity, the freedom. Maybe that's not the end point, but the starting equipment. The qualification for the journey into the unknown. Something to think about.